Shedeur Sanders officially departed Browns headquarters following heated confrontation with head coach Kevin Stefanski. The quarterback simply walked. No explanation, no warning, just gathered personal belongings, exited building, drove away while stunned teammates watched. Instantly, you recognize this represents something catastrophic beyond typical rookie frustration. This isn't negotiation tactic. This signifies complete organizational implosion. For those tracking Cleveland's deteriorating quarterback situation since training camp, this development confirms worst fears becoming reality. The incident reportedly culminated during morning offensive installation. Multiple sources describe Stefanski questioning Sanders' execution of third down package against scout defense, words exchanged, voices elevated. Sanders allegedly stood, removed playbook wristband, declared "I'm done with this," departed meeting room. Stefanski supposedly followed into hallway, demanding Sanders return immediately. The confrontation witnesses describe as unprecedented. Veteran coach literally shouting at rookie quarterback while position coaches desperately attempted intervention. Sanders never stopped walking, never acknowledged coach's demands, simply continued toward parking lot while entire building watched speechlessly. Don't misunderstand gravity here. According to team insiders, Stefanski's subsequent press conference represented controlled version of actual fury unleashed behind closed doors. The public witnessed professional frustration. The organization experienced volcanic eruption. One assistant coach reportedly stated, "I've never seen Kevin like that. 20 years coaching, never witnessed anything comparable." The message Stefanski delivered publicly contained diplomatic restraint. Privately, sources claim expletives flew. Voices cracked, hands trembled with barely contained rage. Let's examine Stefanski's actual words because they're remarkably revealing despite attempted professionalism. "We've done everything to support him," he stated, jaw clenched, eyes narrowed. "Everything within reason, accommodating transition, managing expectations, creating opportunities. But at some point, you have to put the team first. That's non-negotiable." If individuals can't accept that fundamental principle, then difficult decisions become necessary. Translation: Sanders crossed unforgivable line. The relationship fractured beyond repair. This wasn't disappointment but betrayal from Stefanski's perspective. The press conference tension became palpable when reporters pressed regarding Sanders' specific grievances. Stefanski's composure briefly cracked. "Grievances," he responded, voice rising incrementally. "We're discussing professional football, not therapy sessions. Every player faces criticism. Every quarterback endures scrutiny. Champions embrace accountability rather than abandoning responsibility when challenged." His knuckles whitened, gripping podium edges. The carefully constructed diplomatic facade momentarily slipped, revealing genuine fury beneath. Here's where complications intensify exponentially. The friction building for weeks finally exploded spectacularly. Sources indicate Sanders felt increasingly marginalized following Brown's embarrassing loss to Rams. Despite completing 70% of passes, generating 3 touchdowns, Sanders faced disproportionate criticism during film sessions. Stefanski allegedly highlighted every incompletion, every protection adjustment missed, every audible questioned while minimizing positive contributions. One offensive player claimed, "Coach basically blamed Shedeur for everything while protecting everyone else. It felt personal, not professional." The practice repetition distribution created additional controversy. Despite ownership's clear preference establishing Sanders as franchise cornerstone, Stefanski reportedly continued splitting first-team opportunities equally with backup quarterbacks. Sometimes Sanders received fewer quality repetitions than journeyman veterans. The message seemed deliberately antagonistic. "You're not special, despite draft position, despite talent, despite organizational investment." Sources claim Sanders interpreted this as intentional disrespect, systematic undermining designed forcing failure. Public criticism represented final provocation. Following Rams' defeat, Stefanski's press conference comments targeted Sanders specifically. "Young quarterbacks must learn winning requires more than individual statistics," he'd stated pointedly. "Leadership means accepting responsibility, elevating teammates, executing game plans rather than freelancing." While never mentioning Sanders explicitly, everyone understood the target. National media interpreted comments as direct shot at rookie quarterback. Sanders supposedly watched clips repeatedly, growing increasingly frustrated with perceived scapegoating. This transcends typical coach-player tension. This represents fundamental philosophical collision. Stefanski embodies old-school coaching principles, hierarchical authority, earned respect, systematic development. Sanders personifies new generation athlete empowerment, immediate impact expectations, brand consciousness, unwillingness accepting traditional limitations. Neither necessarily wrong, but compatibility proves impossible when positions become entrenched. Let's address what occurred following Sanders' departure, because pandemonium erupted instantly. Players reportedly gathered in parking lot watching Sanders drive away, some attempting phone calls, others simply stunned. Offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt allegedly sprinted outside, attempting intervention, arriving moments too late. Inside facility, Stefanski convened emergency team meeting, delivering message sources described as scorched earth directive. He supposedly declared, anyone who can't commit completely should follow him out. This organization moves forward with or without individual players. The locker room division became immediately apparent. Receivers who developed chemistry with Sanders expressed visible frustration. One prominent pass catcher allegedly confronted Stefanski directly, questioning coaching decisions contributing to situation. Defensive players attempted maintaining neutrality while privately acknowledging concerns about leadership stability. Offensive linemen, traditionally Stefanski supporters, seemed conflicted between loyalty and pragmatism. As one veteran stated anonymously, the locker room feels broken right now. Half the guys support coach, half think he's lost the plot completely. Social media explosion proved instantaneous and overwhelming. Within minutes, #free Shedeur trending nationally. Browns fans divided viciously between supporting Stefanski's discipline and demanding immediate termination. The clip of Stefanski's press conference generated millions of views hourly. Former players, analysts, influencers offered immediate commentary. Shannon Sharp tweeted, Stefanski just fumbled away Cleveland's future. Skip Bayless countered, finally a coach with backbone, refusing rookie entitlement. The discourse became increasingly toxic, mirroring organizational fracture. Don't overlook ownership's position, because Jimmy Haslam reportedly went ballistic upon learning Sanders departed. Sources claim Haslam immediately contacted Stefanski, demanding explanation, allegedly screaming through phone conversation, witnesses described as volcanic. The owner who'd personally championed Sanders' selection, who'd proclaimed him franchise savior, now watched investment literally driving away. Haslam supposedly demanded Stefanski fix situation immediately or face consequences. The power dynamic shifted dramatically. Coach's authority challenged not by player but owner's fury. General manager Andrew Berry finds himself navigating impossible scenario. He'd advocated for Sanders' selection despite scouting department reservations. He'd supported Stefanski's culture-building efforts. Now both positions proved untenable simultaneously. Sources indicate Berry spent afternoon frantically attempting damage control, calling Sanders representatives, meeting with Stefanski, updating ownership, managing media inquiries. One front office member stated Berry looked like he aged 5 years in 5 hours. This wasn't contingency anyone planned for. Here's what makes situation truly explosive. Contractual implications. Sanders remains under rookie contract, cannot simply quit without consequences. If he refuses returning, Browns could pursue various remedies, including fines, suspensions, potentially voiding guarantees. However, such hardball tactics risk permanent relationship destruction, negative publicity, long-term ramifications. Conversely, if Browns capitulate entirely, Stefanski's authority evaporates permanently. Every player recognizes coach back down when challenged. The precedent becomes catastrophic for organizational discipline. The timing couldn't prove worse. Browns face division rival Pittsburgh Sunday. Game preparation requires absolute focus, complete unity, organizational alignment. Instead, chaos reigns supreme. Defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz reportedly told staff, "Prepare like normal while everything burns around us." Special teams coordinator Bubba Ventrone allegedly joked, darkly, "At least punt team remains drama-free." The gallows humor masks genuine concern about competitive readiness amid unprecedented dysfunction. League executives observe situation with combination of fascination and horror. One NFC general manager stated confidentially, "This is exactly why quarterback evaluation extends beyond physical tools. You're drafting personalities, not just players." Another AFC executive added, "Cleveland's making every mistake possible. It's almost impressive how badly they've mismanaged this." The Browns becoming cautionary tale discussed throughout league circles. Example of organizational malpractice everyone seeks avoiding. Players around NFL watching intently, recognizing broader implications. If Sanders successfully forces organizational change through departure, it establishes precedent regarding rookie leverage. Conversely, if Stefanski maintains authority despite ownership pressure, it reinforces coaching autonomy. One prominent quarterback texted Sanders supportively, "Stand your ground, don't let them break you." Another veteran messaged Stefanski, "Stay strong, can't let inmates run asylum." The situation transcending Cleveland toward league-wide philosophical battle. Behind scenes, desperate negotiations continue. Sanders' agent reportedly presented demands including guaranteed starting position, increased input regarding play calling, public apology from Stefanski. The coach allegedly responded with counter-proposal. Sanders returns immediately, apologizes to team, accepts whatever role coaching staff determines. Neither position suggests compromise possibility. The gulf between perspectives appears unbridgeable without significant concessions, someone unwilling to make. Consider psychological dimensions. Stefanski's entire coaching identity relies upon organizational discipline, systematic development, hierarchical respect. Capitulating to rookie quarterback demands obliterates foundational principles. His credibility among assistants, veterans, throughout league depends upon maintaining authority. Yet ownership pressure intensifies hourly. Haslam wants Sanders playing Sunday, regardless of circumstances. The coach faces impossible choice: preserve principles or preserve employment. Sanders equally entrenched psychologically. The fifth-round selection who'd proven doubters wrong, who'd earned starting opportunity through exceptional performance, refuses accepting perceived disrespect. Every criticism feels personal given pre-draft skepticism. Every limited practice repetition reinforces institutional bias narrative. Walking away represents ultimate declaration: I deserve better than this treatment. Returning without significant changes means accepting diminished status, acknowledging Stefanski's authority, compromising competitive pride. The fan base reaction proves equally fascinating sociologically. Younger supporters predominantly back Sanders, viewing situation through player empowerment lens. Older fans generally support Stefanski, emphasizing discipline, tradition, organizational hierarchy. The generational divide mirrors broader cultural tensions regarding authority, respect, institutional power. Cleveland's quarterback controversy becoming referendum on fundamental values transcending football entirely. Media coverage intensifies exponentially. National reporters descending upon Cleveland. ESPN, Fox, NFL Network establishing continuous coverage. Every update generates breaking news alerts. Former coaches, players, executives offer analysis despite lacking complete information. The speculation machine operates maximum capacity. One prominent insider admitted, "We're basically guessing, but controversy drives engagement. This story's gold for ratings." Don't ignore potential resolution scenarios, each carrying significant ramifications. Scenario 1, Sanders returns following private reconciliation. Both parties claim misunderstanding, relationship continues fragilely. Scenario 2, Stefanski gets terminated, Sanders returns triumphantly, new coach installed immediately. Scenario 3, Sanders traded, Stefanski maintains authority, organization resets completely. Scenario 4, extended standoff continues, season collapses, everyone fired eventually. No outcome appears particularly appealing given damage already inflicted. The competitive implications prove devastating regardless. Even if Sanders returns tomorrow, trust evaporated, chemistry shattered, focus fractured, opposing defenses smell blood, recognize organizational vulnerability. Pittsburgh's defensive coordinator allegedly told players they're imploding, "We just need staying patient. Let dysfunction destroy them." Every opponent benefits from Cleveland's self-inflicted catastrophe. Within organization, survival mode activated. Assistant coaches updating resumes, anticipating potential changes. Players calculating trade possibilities if situation deteriorates further. Front office personnel documenting decisions, protecting individual reputations. The self-preservation instincts overtaking collective goals. One coach stated privately, "Everyone's protecting themselves now. Team concept died when Shedeur walked out." For Sanders, the stakes couldn't prove higher. If strategy succeeds, he's established unprecedented rookie leverage, forced organizational change, demonstrated supreme confidence. If it backfires, he's labeled problematic, immature, uncoachable. The entire career trajectory hinges upon next 48 hours. Every decision scrutinized through this lens forever. One AFC scout noted, "This follows him regardless. Either he's courageously principled or impossibly difficult. No middle ground exists." Stefanski similarly faces career-defining moment. Backing down destroys credibility permanently. Standing firm risks termination. If ownership sides with Sanders, the coach who built reputation on culture, discipline, systematic development, watches everything crumbling spectacularly. Sources indicate Stefanski told confidants, "I'd rather get fired with integrity than survive through capitulation." The statement reveals mindset. This represents philosophical last stand, regardless of consequences. The broader organizational dysfunction extends beyond immediate personalities. Cleveland's pattern of quarterback mismanagement continues despite different names, coaches, systems. Something fundamental appears broken within organizational DNA. The inability maintaining stability, developing talent, creating sustainable success transcends individual decisions. Until addressing root causes, similar disasters remain inevitable, regardless of personnel. As Thursday evening approaches, resolution remains elusive. Sanders hasn't returned communications. Stefanski refuses modifying position. Ownership grows increasingly desperate. Players prepare uncertainly for Pittsburgh. Media speculation intensifies. Fans debate endlessly. The situation spiraling beyond anyone's control toward inevitable catastrophic conclusion. One league insider perfectly summarized current dynamics. If Shedeur Sanders doesn't return soon, this isn't just quarterback controversy anymore. This could define the Browns' entire season. Hell, it might define the franchise for years. When your fifth-round rookie quarterback literally walks out and your head coach publicly explodes, you're not recovering quickly from that. Someone's getting fired. Maybe everyone's getting fired. This is organizational Armageddon unfolding in real time. The immediate future remains uncertain. Will Sanders return before Sunday? Can Stefanski maintain authority? Does ownership intervention become inevitable? These questions lacking answers currently. What's certain? Cleveland Browns achieved new dysfunction levels previously considered impossible. The quarterback controversy evolved into existential organizational crisis. The season hasn't reached October, yet everything already appears lost. Professional football demands organizational alignment, clear authority, unified purpose. Cleveland demonstrates opposite power struggles, philosophical divisions, individual agendas superseding collective goals. The most talented roster becomes irrelevant amid such dysfunction. Championships require more than ability. Success demands cohesion, trust, shared commitment. The Browns currently embody none of these characteristics. Tomorrow brings renewed negotiations, desperate attempts, salvaging season. But damage inflicted proves permanent regardless. Trust broken, relationships severed, credibility destroyed. The Browns beginning another rebuild before current one concluded. This represents Cleveland's true tragedy. Endless cycle of dysfunction preventing sustainable success. The Stefanski-Sanders explosion transcends typical NFL drama toward organizational case study regarding how everything collapses when foundational principles crumble. A head coach who can't maintain authority, a rookie quarterback who won't accept it, and ownership creating impossible situations, a fan base exhausted from perpetual disappointment. This combination guarantees catastrophic failure. Cleveland Browns currently providing masterclass in organizational self-destruction. The league watches horrified yet fascinated, grateful for avoiding similar circumstances while recognizing universal vulnerabilities. Whether through reconciliation, termination, or trade, resolution arrives eventually. But scars remain permanent. The Browns' 2024 season already compromised beyond salvation. Another wasted year, another quarterback controversy, another coaching casualty, another organizational reset. The cycle continues indefinitely until someone establishes genuine authority, creates sustainable culture, prioritizes collective success over individual agendas based upon current evidence. That transformation remains frustratingly distant.